Okay, so here's the thing. Am I the only one who has realized how much of a Vegeta truly is? And how much of an idiot as well? Because, think about it. Who was Vegeta truly prior to the FRIEZA saga? This is something quite funny actually, if you ask me. It's something that I've realized for a very long time, so I wanted to make a video about it. So my name is Lavard, welcome back. So allow me to explain what I mean by Vegeta being a pussy and being pretty much an idiot. Okay, so let's remember that in the Saiyan saga, Vegeta has a power level of 18,000, which he has had since he was very young. Literally, Vegeta states that he has had that power level ever since he was a child. Ever since he was a child. I mean, not really, but every time that his power level as a child and as a baby is mentioned, it's said that his power level is superior to his father's. Now, we all know that his father's power level is a little over 10,000, and for reasons that I will explain later, I believe that he actually never trained, or at least he never trained with something that could actually make him stronger or more powerful. Therefore, I guess his power level is 18,000 as a child as well. So think about it. Vegeta has had 18,000 since he was a kid. He was a prodigy. He's literally the one who had the biggest power level. He was even stronger than his father. He was a prodigy. He pretty much won the genes lottery. He was pretty much the strongest Saiyan of them all. Because let's ignore Broly for now. I believe that Broly is always kind of just exceptional. So let's ignore Broly and let's just focus on the rest of the Saiyans. Okay? So Vegeta is literally the strongest Saiyan of them all. Let's remember, Nappa is an elite Saiyan, and he had a power level of 4,000 to 8,000. I mean, come on. So yes, Vegeta, he's a prodigy. Since he was a child, he's been more powerful than anybody else. And what did that make him? A pussy. Literally just a pussy. And what do I mean by that? Well, it's very simple. Think about Goku. Since Goku was a child, he had a power level of like 5. It's stated that back when he was a child, he had a power level of 10. And yet, every single one who challenged him, he went for it. He was eager to find anybody who was stronger than him, just to challenge him, just to know how powerful people are, just to know if he could keep himself in a fight with whoever challenges him. And not only that, but he was excited just to keep training and become better, to the point in which I believe that it's accurate to say that Goku was pretty much the weakest Saiyan, and yet he was able to get to the level that Vegeta had. Now, what's my point? Let's compare Vegeta. Vegeta has the same power level from when he was a baby. I mean, you are telling me that Vegeta has never trained in his entire life. And not only that, but you are telling me that Vegeta has never challenged anyone who was stronger than him. Because let's remember, as soon as he fought Goku, and as soon as he was beaten down to crap, then his power level rised up to 24,000 just in a single battle. I mean, you're telling me that he had an increase of 33% in his power level in a single battle, and yet he didn't rise a single power point from when he was a baby to when he was an adult in his 30s? I mean, let's compare it with literally anybody else. Nail, for example. Nail is just an Namekian, and he had a power level of 42,000 approximately. And the Guinea forces had a power level of like 40,000. So I find it hilarious, the fact that he keeps bothering saying that the Saiyans are the mightiest warriors in the universe, the strongest ones of them all, and crap like that. When we compare the strongest Saiyans, which have a power level of like 10,000, because let's remember, Vegeta was pretty much an exception rather than the norm. We compared their power level, which was like 10,000, to literally anybody else, and we realized that Saiyans are not as strong at all. I mean, 10,000? Come on! A freaking Namekian got a power level of 42,000. Heck, when I mean around 10,000, I mean the elites. Let's remember, Radek had a power level of like 1,000. So, are Saiyans actually the most powerful warriors in the universe?
I broke it, Vegeta. It must be made of something weak, like paper mache or Raditz.
Because let's be honest, the only exceptions are literally... Actually no, the only exception is Goku. Goku was the only one who has become stronger. Literally just Goku. And you might be saying that yes, Vegeta the same way, but actually that's not true. Think about it. Literally the only reason why Vegeta got stronger was because of Goku. Because Goku showed him that he can become stronger. Because let's be honest, Vegeta never trusted in himself until he saw what a Saiyan is capable of doing when he saw Goku. So no, Vegeta doesn't believe in himself up until he meets Goku and he realizes how much can he improve. And then that's when he begins training, and that's when he begins challenging anybody who is stronger than him, because then he realizes that he can improve. But that's something that he doesn't realize until he meets Goku. And Goku is the only one who has found that out by himself. What I'm trying to say is, Vegeta keeps bothering saying that he is the strongest of them all, that the Saiyans are the strongest warriors of the universe, and yet it has been shown multiple times that Saiyans are actually weaklings. Pretty much any species can achieve a power level of 10,000 just by training. So no, Saiyans are not particularly stronger than any other race. Not only that, but we have found other races which pretty much can just get even stronger than that. So no, Saiyans are not particularly stronger than anybody else. Now, do they have a huge potential? Sure, Saiyans do have a lot of potential, but let's be honest, it is nothing that other species can do either, because let's think about it. Jiren, for example, Toppo, literally any other species like Namekians and FRIEZA species, and literally anybody else can get power levels unimaginable, because let's be honest, we've seen all of those species at the very least, very least, being able to one-hit full power Frieza from the Frieza saga. So you're telling me that at the very least all of these species can get a power level of over 100 million, and yet you're telling me that you believe that the Saiyans are particularly stronger, having into account that before Goku the strongest Saiyan was 18,000. I mean, come on. So, and yes, I understand the fact that they can transform into huge monkeys, and yes, that's a nice boost in power, but still, the fact that they lose their minds, and it has been shown multiple times that that form is not particularly good for fighting. I mean, it's good for destruction, but literally nothing else, and it has such a weakness like his tail, so it doesn't really make sense. Also, I find it hilarious that he was complaining and joking to his son for the transformation that he developed when he was fighting Cell, and yet they have the power of the great ape, has pretty much the same issues and mistakes. Now, of course, we would be able to say that he learned from his mistakes though, but Vegeta doesn't really learn from his mistakes, I'd say. Not only that, but it has a huge weakness, literally huge as a huge tail can be. So yes, I would not have that into consideration either. But still, the point that I'm trying to say is that people keep saying that Vegeta is better than Goku. People keep saying that Vegeta has earned his power more than Goku, that Vegeta is the only one who's putting effort onto it, and that Goku just gets his power out of nowhere. But let's be honest, the only one who has been training since he was a child was Goku, and Vegeta, well, he spent 30 years picking his nose pretty much, because he would only challenge whoever he was able to destroy with a single hit or running away from anybody who was stronger than him. Because even after Goku, let's remember, he ran like a bitch as soon as he saw the Ginyu forces.
We're dead! We are dead! All dead! All gonna die! Dead men be we!
And it was not until he saw that Goku was able to challenge them that he realized that he might be able to. But still, as soon as he heard that the Ginyu forces were coming, he ran like a bitch. So no, Vegeta is not better than Goku, at least not in my opinion. And not only that, but you might be saying,
you're saying that only applies to FRIEZA Saga Vegeta and prior, so let's be honest, after that, that's not the case anymore.
And I mean, kinda? I mean, that's actually a faulty argument, because let's think about it. Who was Vegeta after the FRIEZA Saga? What did he do? Yes, he trained, but I mean, he was still a bitch. And he was still an idiot. He quite literally gave number 18 to Cell and caused the death of his son because of that. And after that, he allowed himself to be possessed by Babidi just to get more power to kind of challenge the second form of Goku when Goku actually had a third one in his pocket. So come on, Vegeta is not what people actually believe he is. I believe actually people usually prefer Vegeta just because they hate Goku, not because they prefer Vegeta. And that's fine, but come on, don't tell me that Vegeta has earned his power when literally the only reason why he is there is because Goku shows him how to get stronger. Because let's be honest, Vegeta has never been stronger than Goku for a single moment. They are either matched or Goku wins. But either way, Vegeta has never been better. So let me know in the comments what you think about it. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And my name is Leivard. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a beautiful day. Bye bye.